At that time, Saint Ignatius went to Paris alone on foot. In February, he arrived in Paris. He found a place in a house with several Spaniards and began studying humanities and Montaigu. In Spain, he had to study in such a hurry that his basics were very poor. So he studied with small children by following the Paris curriculum and methods. When arriving in Paris, Ignatius received 25 escudos from a merchant to use for checks in Barcelona.
Hey, sir,
Yes, what?
is that true you the person named Ignatius?
Yes, it's me. What's wrong?
This, I give you 25 ecuadors. You can use to check in Barcelona.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Then the money was entrusted to the Spanish people and at the boarding house.
Yes, sir.
I entrusted this money to check in Barcelona.
Okay, I will take good care of this. Thank you, sir.
In a short time, the Spaniards squandered the money. So after Saint Ignatius had nothing left but for his own expense and for reason of money entrusted to him. He was forced to beg and leave the house where he lived. He was admitted to the hospital of Saint Jacques. A little further from the court of Innocence, he experienced many difficulties with his studies because the hospital was quite far from Montaigu College.
Finally, I was admitted to Saint Jacques Hospital, but why the hospital is quite far from Montaigu College?
He could not attend college properly, and he also had to beg to make ends meet. He had had a stomach ache for 5 years, so he started doing more strenuous exercise and fasting. When he had spent some time living in the hospital and asking for help, he realized that he was not advanced enough in his college. So he started thinking about what to do. He saw people in college who were servants in place of leaders and had time to study.
If I continue like this, then I don't have enough knowledge. What if I just become a servant in the later place? I see people at the college work there have time to study.
So he wanted to find an employer. He expressed consolation in it because he imagined that his master was Christ. He tried hard to find an employer. He discussed it with Baccalaureus Castro and also with a cartoonician Price who knew many of the professors and will with still others.
May I ask a favor?
Yes.
I am looking for an employer.
Sorry, I can help you find an employee.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Finally, because he could find a way out, one day a Spanish priest said to him that it would be better to go to Vlaanderen, Belgium every year.
Hey Ignatius, come here. There is something I want to talk about. I suggest that you should go to Vlaanderen every year.
Okay, maybe I will think it fast.
Yes, you can think that first.
Following that advice, every year from Flandern, he broke what was necessary with barley enough to go on. Once he also crossed over to England and broke in more alms than was usual in other years. When he first returned from Flandern, he began to engage in spiritual conversation more diligently than usual. In approximately the same time, he gave spiritual exercise to three people, namely to Peralta, to Bacalhauros Castro who lived at the Sorbonne, and to a man from Biscaya named Amador who was in Santa Barbara.
Yes, sir.
Would you want to start spiritual exercise with me?
Would you mind giving the three of us spiritual exercise?
Of course not.
Okay, thank you very much.
Not long after that came the feast of Santo Remigius, October 1, and he began attending Arthur lecture. Given by a professor named Mark John Pena, he began the study with the intention of retaining those who had decided to serve God, but he would not look for anyone else, so he could study more peacefully. When he started attending lecture, the same temptation arose again as when he studying Latin in Barcelona. Namely, every time he attended lecture, he could concentrate because there were so many spiritual things that came up.
Why aren't there such temptation when studying Latin? If I continue like this, I won't be able to concentrate. Looks like I'll have to ask the professor for water and bread.
So he went to the professor and promised him that the would never miss a lecture as long as he had bread and water to live.
Can I speak for a moment?
What's wrong, Ignatius?
When I start lectures, I can concentrate.
Okay, then what you want?
I will promise never miss lecture as long I can get bread and water.
Okay, I will grant your request, but you have to keep your promise.
Okay, professor. I will keep my promise.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. After making that promise, all the scared feelings that appeared out of place disappeared. Finally, he calmly advanced in this study. At the time, Santo Ignatius got in contact with Petrus Faber and with Franciscus Saverius, who has later acquired for devotion to God through spiritual exercise.
Yes.
Can we talk to you?
Yes, what are you doing to me?
Can we ask you to give us spiritual training?
Of course, you have to get the spiritual training.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome.
During the artist course, he was not chased as much as before. In connection with this, Dr. Franco once said to him that he was surprised at how calmly everything was going, without anyone making a fuss.
I'm very surprised why we can everything go on calmly without anyone making a fuss.
Because I don't talk to anyone about things of God. However, when our course is finished, we will return to that habit.
While they were talking, a brother came and asked Dr. Franco,
Dr. Pragu,
What's wrong, brother?
can you find a house?
Okay, brother. I will find a house.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
At that time, the bubonic plague began in Paris. Dr. Franco, together with Ignatius, went to see the house. Ignatius also entered. He finds someone who is sick and comfort him while touching with his hand the infected place. After comforting and encouraging him, he went home alone. His hand started to hurt.
Why my hand so hard?
He had the plague. The image was so strong that he could not get rid of it until he desperately put his hand in his mouth and turned it inside and said,
If I get the blood on my hands now, I will also get it in my mouth.
After doing this, the image and the pain in the hand disappeared. However, when he returned to Santa Barbara College, where he had a room at that time, and followed his friend from the college, who, knowing that he had entered the house where there was plague, quickly ran away from him and did not let him enter. Ignatius, you just entered a house where is plague, yes?
Yes, what's wrong?
Better you sleep outside for a few days, so we don't just infect.
Okay.
Thus, he was forced to stay outside for several days. There is a custom in Paris that one who studies arts in the third year to obtain a baccalaureate take a stone, as it is said. For this he had to pay one scudo, some the thoroughly poor could not so. Ignatius began to wonder whether it was a good idea for him to do so, because he had many doubts and could not come to a decision. He decided to leave the matter to his teacher.
Teacher, I has given up. What else can I do, teacher?
Don't just give up like that.
Is there a solution for me?
To get the baccalaureate, go get the stone.
But to take the stone, I had to pay one scudo, even though I had no money at all.
For money matter, you don't need to think about that. I can help you so that you can get the baccalaureate.
That's true, teacher.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you very much.
Yes. He advised him to take it. That's why he took it. However, quite a few people talk about it. At least one Spaniard commit